They say once you believe, signs are everywhere. I want to remind you right now that you're entering a season of the most success and soul-nourishing moments, experiences, and opportunities. Are you ready for that? Let's go! Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today I will take you for a walk after some time, and before we go into the message, I want to remind you that there's timing to everything. So don't try to rush the process. I see you trying to fix the things in your life so what you want would find you, but there's timing to everything, so all your needs will be met, my friend. And as you're keeping up with your life, you know that you give life to what you give your energy to. When you focus on whatever you're thinking about, that's what you're feeding, my friend. So when you're rushing because you would like to make changes faster, it's like saying to the universe, it's not here yet, I'm in lag, hurry up. But nobody's listening, right? It feels like no one is listening. So what's going on? Like, why no one is listening? Well, because there is no one to listen but yourself. It's you, right? It's been you all along. So you're the one you've been waiting for, and then there's another version of yourself, like your future self, waiting you to become that new you, and then things will change, right? But sometimes it may sound very complicated, so let's simplify the process. So why, to some of us, it may feel very tough, because we may say, my life is not changing the way I would like. So, well, it's like starting a day. It's an early morning. Today I woke up very early. I just woke up naturally, so I did a meditation, I read a book, and now I'm here at this very beautiful place. So you see, the beginning of a day is like there's so many choices in front of you. If you're early, nobody's disturbing you, and it's your attitude. Everything depends on your attitude, what kind of choices you will make, right? But before you make a choice, you need to decide, right? You need to decide. So why it's so tough for many people when they see no changes in their lives? It's because it's very hard to decide, firstly, what will you change in your life? Like when you look at all the things that maybe are not working in your life, you don't even know where to start making changes, right? Or maybe you may say, well, I would just love to have more money. What can I do? There's so many choices. Again, like, should I change my job? Should I start a side project, a side business? Should I start looking for the ways how can I help others? If none of that resonates with you, it's maybe something else. Could I become more creative? Could I explore my talents and evolve in this direction? You see, there's already so many choices. That's why you may feel confused and powerless sometimes. Nothing wrong with that, my friend. Be kind towards yourself, because sometimes you may feel powerless just because there's so many choices that you don't know which one to pick. You don't know what to do. And when you feel like that, actually be grateful, because you have abundance of choices. Another thing about this situation that you have to know, and is very important, is that time will help you to find clarity in the field of choices. That's why I said at the beginning, don't rush the process. You see, there's a phase of learning, there's a phase of integration, there's a phase of taking massive action, and there's a phase of reaping results. Those are all cycles we're going through, seasons of life. And you need to understand in which kind of season you are right now. And many of you may be comparing yourself with someone else who's in a different season. Like some of you are in a season of learning, and in a season of learning you will not see much results in your life happening, much changes happening, but you're expanding your mind, so soon you will be able to see things differently, from a different perspective. And every time you can see something through the eyes of someone else, you are changed. You are changed. And when you are changed, you will never walk the same way, right? And that's when we start integrating the knowledge and taking massive action. So that's when we start shifting the seasons in our lives, right? Are you shifting the seasons right now? For some of you, it may be it may be a season of, or a time of shifting at this moment. So if that's you, my friend, well, shift. Go with the changes, right? So don't compare yourself with those who are in a different season, because you never know what they are going through. You never know that. Some may be showing off like, look what I have manifested, but then they're struggling with what you're thriving with, like maybe with relationships, and you have beautiful relationships. So don't compare yourself with others, because comparison is a thief of joy. You know that saying, right? So begin to understand that cycles are here. You know, everything moves in cycles. You're moving in cycles. Your days are moving in cycles. Even each hour is a cycle, isn't it? Each second is a cycle. So when everything is moving in cycles, begin to understand how important it is to stop repeating old mistakes. Because if you don't, you're just recycling, right? You're recycling old mistakes until at some point you can wake up, open up your eyes and see, oh, what I was doing, right? What was I doing? And then you ascend, right? So to anyone who's wondering why I'm not ascending, well, firstly, you could ask yourself what ascension means to you. But secondly, you could ask yourself what I'm still recycling. Like what mistakes I'm recycling, what limiting beliefs I'm recycling, what destructive habits I'm recycling. And one more time, it's nothing wrong if you're recycling anything. Like some of the things are even good if you're recycling, right? It's very popular right now to recycle plastics and things like that, right? So not everything that we're recycling is bad. But the point is that you become aware, okay, I'm still repeating these old habits, like I've kind of, started doing something new and I fall back into old. And it's okay. Look, this is the process of change. Like you're reconditioning yourself into a new you, and it takes time, right? and your future self is celebrating you. Hey, you got this, man, you got this, woman. Most probably your future self is not saying that. He's saying, you got this. Like, I can see you. You're becoming refreshed. Right? So you just need to understand that everything is already working completely well. You're being so hard on yourself because maybe on the surface it looks like nothing is working well. But deep inside, you know, maybe you just haven't tried everything you could. Or maybe you did and still nothing changed. And, well, just don't be so hard on yourself. You have time, right? You have time. And your attitude is everything. So when you're being hard on yourself, know that your attitude is everything. Your attitude is what gives life to your future. You can work as hard as you want. You can make as many changes as you want, but if your attitude is anger and frustration and sadness and sense of separation, then it doesn't matter how many great things you may experience, because you will still live in a sense of this kind of an attitude. And at some point, again, you will wake up and say, oh, even though I've manifested all those great things, my life still sucks. Because your attitude sucks, right? Your attitude sucks. And from the other perspective, you don't need to manifest all the great things to feel great, right? But I can guarantee you, if you will start to feel greater than how you're feeling right now, your life will just become greater. And you will start to see more options. And you will start to nurture your body from a very healthier perspective. Like, you will start to eat healthier food, right? You will make sure that you will hydrate your body with something healthy, with something that's alive, right? And you will start training your mind, stretching your mind with new knowledge. And new knowledge will also help you to see what kind of knowledge is garbage, so we can let go of it. Like Rumi said, the art of knowing is knowing what to ignore, so we can know what to ignore, right? And as Plato said, courage means knowing what not to be afraid of. So when we know what to ignore, we also know what is not worthy of our energy to be scared of, to be afraid of. So when we have this kind of knowledge, we become quite empowered, because it doesn't mean we just let go of fear or we let go of anxiety, but we know, even though I may still sense this, I will not be pushed back or even blocked by it. Like, I call fear as untrained muscle. Like, every time I feel afraid of something, it's because I'm not really good at it yet. You know, when I've started making these videos, for example, I felt anxious and scared and like, what will I say? What words will I use? But then you practice it daily and you just start developing a pattern, and suddenly you're not afraid anymore, because you understand that you have a skill. And skill is knowing that the right thought will find you at the right time when you're talking, for example. Skill of living is knowing that the right thing will find you at the right time, that the right opportunity will find you at the right time. But then another part of that skill is grabbing the opportunity and stepping into it, right? That's a skillful living. Skillful living is not like living without fear or living without anxiousness or whatever, right? Skillful living is knowing that things find us at the right time. So if nothing found you, it's just not the time yet. But there is something in your life that you're not seeing. So obviously something did found you, isn't it? So you're already where you need to be. But you're not noticing that because you're too attached to something that's not present yet, which means you are not present. Come on, what are you doing? Right? So if you want to become more present, then be playful a little bit more. You know, playfulness puts you back here and you will notice, oh, I'm actually alive here. I'm alive here. Let's play a little bit. And playfulness gives birth to creativity. And creativity gives birth to expression. And expression gives birth to expansion. And expansion gives birth to a new life. Isn't it so? Yes? So my friend, take it easy. Because it's not the end of the world. Be kind to yourself. And notice that you got this. You will figure it out. You already have something you could use to get yourself to the next level. But usually it's more important, what will you stop using? Like in productivity communities and workshops and teachings, we're talking about to-do lists and, you know, productivity tools. But often in life we should talk also about not to-do lists. What I could stop doing, what I could leave behind, what weights I could shake off, and remind myself that maybe my life will become just better without this, right? So you're not just putting on new weights, you're also letting go of the old, right? You're not just installing new information, you're also letting go of the old. Some are outdated, some are really destructive, some may be even toxic, some may not be helpful at all. But if you're just, you know, suppressing it and installing new, you will be like looking on life through a different lens but still seeing same colors. Like, I know everything but nothing changed. How many of you feel like that? Like, I know so much and nothing changed. Well, it's because you know a lot but you're still living like the old version of yourself. Like, you know, you should call all these people and you know you could offer many valuable insights or even services, but you're not. Why? Because you're still living like the old version of yourself, still doing things that are familiar to you. Like, you haven't really embodied that new knowledge that you've learned because you still have a lot of these old beliefs that are saying that you're no one, or that are saying that it's just not for you, or that are saying that you're this small individual that's too afraid to share what you know, or who will listen to you, right? That's what happens when we learn new things but we don't let go of the old. To let go of the old means to do the new, right? In nature there's a law that says if you don't use it, you lose it. And that is powerful when it comes to our limiting beliefs, because it says if you stop acting according to how you believe you should act, that belief will lose its grip. And suddenly you will set yourself free. You will become free. That's freedom, my friend. So, thoughts, you know, certain negative thoughts will stop bothering you when you stop paying attention to them, when you stop responding to them. It doesn't mean ignoring them. Well, or maybe it does. It means stop responding to them. There's a thought, oh, I shouldn't talk about this, but I can talk about this if I want, and therefore this thought has no power over me. Like, you know, an example. So the point is that you become aware of what's holding you back and then start ignoring it. And when you learn something new, start using it. And then integration of the new knowledge means you embody it. And if you practice it daily, you master it. And what you've mastered, you also demonstrate. So you become an example of it. And when you are an example of a knowledge that's very constructive and beneficial, it's impossible to not see the fruits of your efforts anymore, right? So reflect a little bit. What you know you could do but you're not doing. And then reflect on why you're not doing it and stop believing these thoughts, like why you should not do it, right? Because that's the invitation from your future self to renew yourself until you become that new self, right? So my friends, I will leave you here. I hope you've enjoyed in this one, a beautiful walk, early morning, so I'm still a bit, sleepy maybe, but it's all fine. That's how we wake up. We're waking up like this, right? So thanks to everyone for joining our Patreon community, where you can find exclusive content and frequent meditations. And thanks to everyone for supporting my art on our store, AttractPassion.com, and our Etsy store, I Draw My Passion. You're all truly appreciated. And to anyone who would love to work with me one-on-one, I am also offering coaching. You can find the link in the description of this video. There's still few available spots, I think. Check it out. And till next time, stay beautiful, stay connected, and when you feel like your life is not going your way, it's actually going completely well. There's a higher order that is taking place in your life every single moment, and you just need to see what's already happening as it is happening for you. Okay? Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next one. One love.